So helping veterans at Mighty Oaks Foundation, as Jeremy and I have, I never had a desire to get involved in politics. You know this. My heart was pretty set on what God called me to do, the burden God put on my heart to help veterans. But beginning to do that, I learned there were some obstacles in the way, some policy obstacles.
Absolutely.
And so I started working and changing some of those policies.
Yeah.
And somehow I felt like it drug me into politics, and I've even had people kind of attack me, not really attack me, but just challenge me and say, "Why are you involved in politics? You're in ministry. Why are you involved in politics?" And I'd say, "Well, I'm not really involved in politics. I'm involved in policy and making sure that we have the right policies in place that represent our values. And if I have a platform to do that, then I'll do that." I spent a lot of time working with President Trump and the administration, but I never felt that I was really kind of championing a candidate.
Yeah.
I was championing those policies and values,
Right.
and I still believe that was the right decision to make when I made it at the time. So, from your perspective, as someone like myself in ministry, or someone like you in the church, and members of the church, what's the relationship between faith and politics?
Yeah. Well, I think it's very important to understand that policies do matter. I mean, this is our culture,
Right.
and we want to be salt and light in our culture in every way. And so certainly we want to speak out against wrong and injustice. If we have influence, like God gave you and Jeremy with the White House and some things, then certainly seize it and use it. But I think we're just keeping perspective that the ultimate answers are not in our culture and politics until we get a spiritual revival. It's interesting, even Douglas MacArthur, not known as a Christian, but even in the 1950s, he said that the ultimate answers in America are not economic, they're not technological, they're not scientific, they are spiritual. And certainly we as the church believe that. So what's the ultimate solution? That we're just, we can hold our views, vote strongly our convictions, but recognize that there are some transcultural biblical values that apply to everyone, and they've been missing the last year among the evangelicals in America, such as loving your neighbor who differs from you, loving your enemy, not responding with anger, but love, having a sense of peace and trust that no matter what happens, God is in charge. God's going to have the final say. The gospel will ultimately triumph. Just some of those surpassing values.
People are so blinded by the anger and what they wanted and didn't get. I mean, I posted a video on maybe just a few days ago, January 23rd, and because I reconciled that.
Yeah.
Okay, President Trump's our president.
I know,
It's President Joe Biden, and so I challenged other people. We need to pray for our president.
Absolutely.
President
Good.
Joe Biden.
No, that'd be unpopular.
And I knew it wasn't going to be popular, but people attack me with scripture and things like that. I'm like,
wow.
Jesus says, love our neighbors, love our enemies.
Yeah.
I mean,
not just pray for your politicians, but love your enemies.
Yeah. And also, we're talking about somebody that sits in office that the stroke of their pen could really change their way of life. So I want to be praying that God could guide that person's hand.
Yeah.
And I think it's time that we should.
Absolutely. If God can change Nebuchadnezzar, God can change anybody.
Yes.
Yeah. And so absolutely. It's a clear biblical value.